Last season, we saw big moves such as Anthony Davis getting traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. What will happen this year? What is up, guys? I'm Dino Gamer, and I am back with another video. Today in this video, I'm doing 7 NBA players that could be traded this season. And let's just go right to number 7. And number 7, John Wall. John Wall is probably going to be the hardest NBA player to get traded next year because he is injured. He tore his Achilles last season, and I don't think any team would actually want to trade for his massive contract. So I put him at number 7 because he's the hardest to be traded, and I know he was a great player when he was healthy, but he may never be that player. So I put him at number 7 because I don't think he'll ever be traded. I think he'll be on the Washington Wizards until his contract is up. And number 6, Kevin Love. Kevin Love is a great NBA player, so he will have trade value. If you haven't seen in my predictions for the Eastern Conference, the Cavs do make the playoffs with or without Kevin Love because they're a great team, I believe. And I think Kevin Love could be traded, and it's just because he's kind of running out of time with the Cavs because he's getting up there in age, and yeah, I just see him getting traded. Now, let's go to number 5. And number 5, Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, the only way he would get traded is if he declines the max extension the Washington Wizards are planning to offer him. Then he will get traded. But he's still a possibility because I think he wants more money. So I see him getting traded. Now, let's go to number 4. And number 4, Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins, as you know, his time is kind of falling apart in Minnesota, and he needs to be on a new team to show his potential. And I put him in number 4 because he's a young player and he could easily get traded, but the money is the scary bit because he's getting a lot of money. And when you're only putting up, I don't know, like 15 points a game in the playoffs, when you're a contending team, where you want to contend, I wouldn't really like that. Now, let's go to number 3. And number 3, CP3. CP3, he hasn't got any trade offers yet, but he will be traded, I believe, in the deadline, at the deadline, maybe. Now let's go to number 2. And number 2, Steven Adams. If he does get traded, it's going to be really hard not see him in a blue jersey because he looks just like Aquaman in a blue jersey, in my opinion. But with the hair and all that, he looks like Aquaman. So he'll still be called Aquaman, in my opinion. But I believe he will get traded because Russell Westbrook and Paul George have been traded, and Steven Adams is another player that the Thunder want picks out of so they can be the new Boston Celtics and get players like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier, all that. Now, let's go to number 1. Wait, before number 1, let's have 3 honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is Nikola Vucevic because they just got Mo Bamba last year, like I said before. So they may have just re-signed him so they can trade him at the deadline to get some players out of him. Because if you're a Magic's fan, I wouldn't like this because you're not going to make the playoffs next year with this team. You might as well get good players out of him. So now let's go to honorable mention number 2. Honorable mention number 2 is Tristan Thompson. With the Cavs trying to move on with Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson, it only makes sense for them to trade Tristan Thompson. Now let's go to number 3, honorable mention. And number 3 honorable mention is D'Angelo Russell. He would probably get traded at the trade deadline if this team didn't work out. And now let's go to number 1, Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin seems unhappy with the front office on the Pistons. So, the Pistons have been looking into some trades, and he may get traded. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now I'm Darren Gaming. Bye-bye.